15 love.
Kostyuk hits the ball beautifully from the ground. She can generate good pace and depth of her own. Can she do it consistently over the course of this match, and especially against the speed and court coverage of Gauff?
(30-15).
There are also elements of Kostyuk's game that she continues to try to foster. Getting into the midcourt area, coming into the net. She does not shy away from those areas of the court. That could help her today as well.
Sandra Zaneska, coach front and centre, done a wonderful job of making some big gains with Marta Kostyuk.
(40-30). Ball.
That's the kind of pressure that Gauff will look to apply, not giving anything away easily, making Kostyuk have to earn it, proving that she's got the consistency to hang. So this game tightening up.
Advantage Gauff.
Break point here, first game.
Fall.
You can see how beautifully Kostyuk drives through her shots, both forehand and backhand. Forehand can maybe cause a little more damage, but that's the side to get a few more errors off of as well. She is desperate here, Kostyuk, to get on the board.
Advantage Gauff.
Yeah, early frustration after being up, looking like it would be a much simpler game. It's now another break point for Gauff.
Well, it does break 70% of the time, Coco, so the numbers pretty high. Left, bottom left is Brad Gilbert. That is, he's been with Coco since the summer in the US last year.
Left first serve. Advantage Kostyuk.
There's not a lot of players that would comfortably stay backhand to backhand with Gauff, but Kostyuk in these early stages seems willing to do that.
Game. Kostyuk.
So a little bit of a struggle there, but Marta Kostyuk on the board. Laura, courtside. I know you've been poring over some interesting stats. What can you tell us?
Always, Josh. Yeah, one thing that stands out to me is across this tournament, Kostyuk's managed to get to the net 111 times, and she's won 70% of those points. So you just feel like that's going to play a part today if she can just be aggressive and neutralise Coco's backhand in particular, as Chanda's been saying. But for Coco, leading into this game, she's been serving 183 Ks an hour compared to US Open, where she was down at 172. So a big increase for her, and she's going to enjoy the extra pace that she'll have today, in particular with the heat on this court.
It's a big increase in power on serve at over 10 kilometres. That's a big increase. So let's just keep an eye on those numbers.
Through her last round, Gauff hit the fastest serve. And the WTA draw at 199 kilometers per hour. Over 123 miles per hour.
Of course, she spent a couple of days with Andy Roddick in the off-season as well. I think it was just 48 hours or so. But if there's anyone who's going to help you with power on your first serve, it's going to be him.
Yep, she's in fact leading as the biggest server here at the Australian Open. She's hit the biggest serve, 199 kilometres an hour.
On the WTA side.
30-15.
That's right. She's around 100 if you combined men and women, so still pretty good.
That's good improvising from Gauff off the net cord, not panicking. Just getting a well-placed, deep approach. Applying pressure to Kostyuk.
Chanda, Brad Gilbert now part of the team there, bottom left. Coached Andre Agassi. What does he bring to to Coco Gauff's game?
He works with Andy Roddick, among a number of other top players. But he understands how to win
Game.
Terrific hold for Gauff, getting on the board. He understands how to structure points, how to play as a player, play to your advantage, to your strengths, and I think that's an important component. You know, we hear players talk about, I'm going to play my game, but a lot of times you have to be specific about what that entails, especially against different opponents. And I think you definitely can see just a difference in Gauff's mindset. We could see that kind of immediately, and now they're continuing to work on parts of her game.
Let's pursue.
I think you have to give a lot of credit to Sandra as well on Kostyuk's side, who's been helping so much with the tactics, because Marta's someone who feels like she can play just about any shot. But just forcing her to commit to one thing. And you see back and forth, there's a lot of dialogue between the two of them, but I feel like she just reins Marta in slightly with the shot selection.
Yes, Sandra Zanuska was a former player herself and famously worked with Petra Martic for a number of years. Got Martic to inside the world's top 20 from about 90 in the world. She has much experience at this level that she's been able to impart to Kostyuk.
Let's pursue.
Laura, looks like there's a fair bit of strapping on the leg there from Marta Kostyuk. Any signs of problems with that?
Otherwise, no rush. Come on.
That's beautifully done.
Josh, I feel like that question was for me, but I was too busy sweating down here, so I took my headphone out to towel down.
No, just inquiring, you know, the strapping on Kostyuk's leg. We're seeing it a
It's
little bit.
preventative.
Yeah.
I mean, she moves so well. She can slide off both outside legs. She can commit to that sort of gymnastic split, and she can actually do the splits both ways.
And Kostyuk is one of those players that can come closer to matching Gauff's movement. Her court coverage, ability to get out of the corners, spring back into the court.
Can anyone match Coco Gauff on the women's tour? She's got to be the best.
Yeah, I don't see anybody matching the dynamic type of movement that Coco Gauff has.
I thought that US Open stint, that win from Coco Gauff, was phenomenal. Just her physicality.
Well, it was the way she was able to turn the final around against Sabalenka. She just decided, you know what, I'm going to put on my running shoes. I'm going to get to everything, make this a more physical match. It's going to be important for Kostyuk to try to control her emotions over the course of this match. She's very expressive. You can see what she's feeling. She could go a little bit off the boil. She stayed pretty calm and collected in her last match. The magnitude of that occasion, that should help her here.
Advantage Kostyuk.
But it's important, you know, every player is a bit different in how they express their emotion, but just don't want to overdo it in this kind of occasion. It makes you more tired. It's heat. There's pressure. And you just want to have all your energy as much as possible go to the play that's between the lines.
Well, it's powerful hitting from Marta Kostyuk. We're on serve, 2-1 first set.
Kostyuk leads 2-1.
Just while we're kind of on the subject of coaches, I was loving the fact that there's actually 2 female coaches coaching the women's quarterfinals. We've got Kalinskaya's coach, Patricia Tarabini, and then of course Sandra for Kostyuk. So we don't see that too often, but it's a nice change when it does happen.
Yeah, it's always, for me, it's a head-scratching one. Oh, I think there's no reason why we shouldn't see more on tour.
Well, it's not for lack of expertise, that's for sure. Sometimes, you know, the travel comes into play. Women with families, after the fact, they become more the primary caregivers, and it becomes a little more challenging, but it's been terrific to see a couple of former players showcase their expertise.
Starting to heat up here off the court and also on the court here at the Australian Open. Melbourne at its finest, as we are down to 8 women's quarterfinals. Coco Gauff on serve up against Marta Kostyuk.
Law 15. Fall. Love 13.
Well, if there is an Achilles heel, it can sometimes be that second serve and a lack of acceleration up with the leg drive.
Good adjustment from Gauff, going up and out after that serve, getting it into Kostyuk's body to just create a little more open space.
Third field. Let Fusu.
Yeah, difficult end to serve from. That sun is right above the players from the southern end.
Well, how aggressive was Kostyuk's positioning on the second serve as well, right inside the baseline, and she's almost at an angle with her own position, so she's cutting that off for Coco visually.
And there's the first break. Marta Kostyuk, 3-1.
Well, it was nicely done by Kostyuk there. She had missed the previous forehand return. That time made an adjustment, softened up her wrist and her hands there. Not let the big serve create the miss, and she gets the first break of the match.
Love 15.
This is where Kostyuk has to stay a little bit calmer, not overplay, still hit out on her shots, but give herself just a little more margin. There's a natural tendency to get a little overexcited after getting a break of serve. Get a little antsy, you want to do a little bit more, and it could be to your detriment.
Love 30.
Great defense here from Coco Gauff, just forcing Kostyuk to play that extra shot, going for too much, and that is quickly 3 break points here to get back on track for Coco Gauff.
It's nicely done by Kostyuk to at least make a stand in this game. And she went to the drop shot. It looked a little more like a low slice than a drop shot. It was kind of in between. But she played for that second ball. I mean, this Gauff got too easily, just couldn't recover.
And I suspect Team Kostyuk have done their homework. This extreme grip that Coco has on the forehand, predominantly going cross court, so just leaning that way, expecting a lot of balls coming back cross court off the forehand.
And I think, players are going into matches against Gauff trying to pick on the forehand, but sometimes they're expecting errors. Kostyuk right now, she's playing that side for positioning, and that's a smart way to go about it. She gets something a little shorter, something a little more hittable. That's the goal right now. Gauff's been doing a good job of not giving away a lot of errors off that forehand side.
Yeah, hard and fast into that forehand has been the problematic issue for Coco Gauff over the years.
Well, I actually think Kostyuk, though, she's kind of spinning some of those balls to the forehand. She's getting decent pace and depth, but she's not overplaying it. It's actually a smart strategy if Kostyuk can be disciplined about it here, where instead of feeling like she has to go hard and deep and that may create a few more misses, she can spin it, nice stiff shot to the forehand, and then wait for the opportunity or the opening.
of Coco here.
Yeah, just that last forehand dropping short. If I were Coco, I'd be spinning it high back down the line. So at least you get out of that forehand cross court and then give herself a bit more time to try and find the backhand. Whereas Kostyuk's the one opening with her forehand line much faster in the rally.
That's a good service game again from Marta Kostyuk. Has built a good little lead here. 4-1 first set.
Kostyuk leads 4 games to 1.
It's been impressive from Kostyuk, and she's playing it really nicely. Those 3 points on serve, she got a little over anxious. She started pressing too much, quick misses. She pulled it back together, and before the end of the game, which is a huge improvement in Kostyuk's demeanor and her mindset as well. But she is understanding right now that she doesn't have to overplay to the Gauff forehand. She can actually very comfortably go there until she gets something to open up the court. And it's actually freezing Gauff a little, where her footwork, her foot speed is less of a factor right now. We'll see if Kostyuk can keep up with this discipline, but so far it's been a pretty disciplined match from the Ukrainian player.
Time.
Been record crowds nearly every day here this year at the Australian Open. They're in fact trying to get over 1 million people through the gates here during the Australian Open 2024. And I'm sure they'll go very close.
Good work. No rush. Also in between. Ale.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
You could hear Sandra Zanuska telling Kostyuk, no rush, just trying to keep reminding her to be patient. You know, not easy in these moments for a young player to just calm the mind, stay focused, especially as you get closer to maybe tucking away this first set. That would be a huge step forward here for Kostyuk. She still has some work to do.
Chandler, do you think Coco Gauff's got her tactics right today? It just looks a little passive. She's being pushed around at the moment.
Yeah, she's looked tentative to me really from the start, the first couple of games. I expected her to maybe step it up after she saw what Kostyuk was throwing out there. But right now, it's definitely all working against Gauff. Her serve has gotten slower. That's better. I mean, that's the shot that has seen improvements in terms of the speed. That's the shot that has gotten her so many points won behind her first serve in this tournament. She's got to keep going for that. And there are so many intangibles to the Gauff game as well. Her ability to compete, to dig in, to not get bowled over by the moment. She needs that skill set right here.
Such good moving, isn't it? You can hear the squeaking as she slides out into the wide forehand. It's just the ability to drop into the slice is something that a lot of players don't possess.
Let pursue. Let pursue. Advantage Gauff.
Just that little extra effort from Gauff to get herself another game point. Doing a good job of getting that last ball back in place somehow. We were talking about it earlier in this set. There aren't a lot of players that can come close to Gauff movement-wise, explosion out of the corners. Kostyuk is one of the players that can come closer. And right now, she's also not afraid to go to the Gauff backhand and try to break that down, at least go toe-to-toe. So where does Gauff go to right here?
Let pursue.
She's got to start serving a little bit better. Right now, her first serve percentage, 55%. That's not ideal. She wants that a little higher. And then she's got to keep going after the serve, trying to hit those targets to open up the court.
Advantage Kostyuk.
But again, Kostyuk with aggressive positioning inside the baseline.
Just won 3 of 10 points on the second serve, Coco Gauff today, so feeling a fair bit of pressure. Another break point here for Marta Kostyuk.
Let pursue.
It's a frustrated Coco Gauff. Can't find any solutions at the moment. Marta Kostyuk, 5-1, first set.
Kostyuk leads 5 games to 1.
Well, Kostyuk just took one of her biggest serves, 196 Ks, and sent it right back at her. So that's sending another message to Coco Gauff, as Kostyuk now will serve for this first set.
Law 15.
In her last service game, Kostyuk lost the first 3 points very quickly. Nice adjustment here in this game. First couple of points.
To me, it just looks like some of Coco's forehand. She's falling back as she's hitting it. So she's playing it off the outside leg, which is fine. But then you've got to make sure that you're moving into the court and actually generating some momentum through the shot rather than still landing on that outside leg.
Ball. 15-14.
Set intention, come on.
Double fault, that gives Coco Gauff one of the breaks, but still down another break. Marta Kostyuk with a good lead, 5-2 first set.
So far in this match, the only thing we've seen get in Kostyuk's way to this point is herself. It started to come into play her last service game. Before this last one, she pulled it back after getting down love 40. This time, back-to-back double faults to close out the game. You could either look at that positively or negatively if you're Kostyuk.
I think it's a positive. I like that she's really taking the game style on to Coco. For me, Coco is not settled at all. Unsure of what to do. Totally not playing to her strengths. So needs an immediate response here from Coco as we take a look at the clay courts and some of the hard courts. Juniors in action today here. Marta Kostyuk just serving for that first set and not able to get it done. Coco Gauff here, been struggling on serve. Down 5-2 first set.
Love 15.
It just feels like the backhand's breaking down because she's overthinking where to go with it because she knows it's going straight back to the forehand on the shot next.
Love 30. Ball. No. 15-13.
It's a nice adjustment, variation in the height of that last ball from Gauff. Just getting it a little higher, a little more depth. It was the right play from Gauff. Set it up perfectly, but Kostyuk digging out that extra ball.
First set point for Marta Kostyuk.
Deuce.
Nice bit of aggression here from Coco. I think she's certainly realised it needs to stay aggressive.
Chandler, what do you think about serving to Kostyuk's backhand there? I feel like you need to try and trap her up a bit more body or use the slice out wide to her forehand on that deuce side.
Yeah, I think she's trying to get it into the body. That last one looked like it was pretty close.
Let Fusu.
Saves a set point, Coco Gauff, and is piling the pressure back on Marta Kostyuk here. Still with a chance now to serve it out, leading 5-3 first set.
Kostyuk leads 5 games to 3.
Well, that game ought to give Gauff just a little bit of a boost. And I think it may be a little tough for you to see from your angle, Laura, but it looks like Gauff is trying to get more of those serves into the Kostyuk body. It's going kind of body backhand. Nice hold for Gauff to keep herself in this.
Love 15.
Gets in the head, doesn't it, when you've been up 5-1 and you feel like you've had a lot of opportunities. Just has to try and think calmly and positively. Starting to hit a groove here, Coco Gauff. Things are tightening up.
Love curtain.
This was nicely played by Gauff. Didn't panic on the low forehand in there. She caught Kostyuk still moving. Didn't get her split step at the right moment. And Gauff able to take advantage.
And when you are tight and you're trying to get over that finishing line, when you play someone as athletic as Coco Gauff, she makes the court feel small, uncomfortable. Such a wonderful athlete.
Fortune.
You could see Gauff trying to go after that forehand. Just mishit it, didn't catch it squarely on the strings. She's been a bit timid at times early in the match, but she's starting Gauff to find more aggression.
games in a row for Coco Gauff, and she is back in business. Kostyuk leads 5-4.
Kostyuk leads 5 games to 4.
Real shift here in momentum. The crowd, you can hear the support for Coco Gauff. We've got a match on our hands right now.
Yeah, we're cooking now, and Gauff finding her game, and that's what you want to see. You want to see both players bring the best that they can on a given day and see who can execute better, who can outplay the other. And it's just good to see Gauff with a little more positive energy, the fire that we're so used to seeing in her game. It's been a true match against Kostyuk, and now the question is, how will Kostyuk respond?
Time.
Marta Kostyuk got off to a quick start, raced away to a 5-1 lead, and served for the set twice. We're now back on serve. Coco Gauff.
Good tennis. Keep pressuring the same way. Come on.
Love 15.
First couple of points of these games are crucial. You could see Gauff just trying to be a little more careful with that forehand.
Ball.
It's a much better placed second serve because it's moving away from Kostyuk. Even though she's cutting the angle off on the return position and taking it inside the baseline, she can only do so much from that position when she's got to reach for the ball.
Yeah, that's nicely done by Kostyuk. That deserves a little love.
15-13.
You're not sure that the actual conventional volley was required here. I thought a drive volley from Coco was on the cards as she moves forward. That one just changed her mind at the last minute.
And then the swinging volley.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen her go for that.
Ball.
Yeah, just at 53% on first serve, Coco Gauff, and giving Kostyuk a big look at these second serves.
Gauff is thinking and playing smart out there. Again, the low forehand, not letting it create the miss. Gauff just feathering it in and getting into position.
Back at 5-all. Laura, big shift in momentum. courtside. You can just hear the crowd. They're urging on Coco Gauff.
Yeah, most definitely crowd in support of Gauff here, but I'm just looking over at Kostyuk, and even from the start of the match, she was looking a lot over at the coach's box. There's a lot of back and forth between the two, but now it just seems like it's after every single point, and that's a bit of desperation. She doesn't quite know what's happened here, whether it's something that she's done, whether Coco's really changed her tactics, and I feel like it's the latter.
Love 15.
Even that point, she's looking over between first and second serves.
Yeah, really reliant on that feedback and information from the coach, the support. Marta Kostyuk.
Yeah, it can be difficult to
15.
stop things from just racing away for Kostyuk right now. She had 5-1 lead, had a set point. It was on Gauff's serve, but it's just continued to build that bit of tension, that bit of panic. This game, she's got to settle herself down.
Yeah, the misses are starting to get bigger and bigger, aren't they?
15-13.
Well, and her body's getting a bit out of control. You can see it on some of the forehands where she's jumping, not staying with a firm base, pulling away and off of her shots, and it's just all becoming a little too much for Kostyuk.
Brilliant.
You can see the difference in the Gauff forehand when she goes after it, when she takes a more aggressive body position as she had to on that passing shot. Body weight going into the court.
And that's a gift for Coco Gauff. For the first time in this match, moves ahead and a chance to serve for the first. 6-5.
Gauff leads 6 games to 5.
And this is just a highlight of the poise and the ability to compete that Gauff shows, match in and match out. And it's one of the more quiet parts of her game. When we talk about all the physical aspects and, of course, her age, what she's done. But she's always had this ability when it gets tough, she digs in even more. That is not easy to do under the glare, under the spotlight, with all the pressure on her. She's the player expected to win, and she started bringing it when she needed to most.
Glorious Melbourne day here.
Time.
Melbourne turning it on for women's quarterfinals day here. We've got a full house in Rod Laver Arena where Coco Gauff has turned this match around. She was down 5-1. Marta Kostyuk with a set point, and it's now Coco Gauff serving for the first set. Laura, looks like courtside there that Marta Kostyuk just looking for some answers and just really unsure of herself at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, it really has gone wrong for her in the last 20 minutes or so, but I think you sometimes just have to accept it's not all off your racket.
Let Fussell.
It really just feels like she lost a couple of points of discipline with the game plan, and then from then on it just sort of spiraled, but it just allowed Coco's, you know, 10% more confidence on her forehand side to start going for a bit more.
And I think if you're Kostyuk, you look at the fact that you had a double break, 2 opportunities to serve for the set, and really kind of broke herself in her service games more so. That second one had 2 double faults to end the game. Those points start to add up, and they give Gauff more confidence. She's got time, space to work with, and Gauff has used it.
Well done here from Marta Kostyuk. Better game. Gives herself a couple of break points.
Now that was the wrong shot from Gauff. She's been doing such a good job of driving through the ball. Kostyuk, with her speed, her ability to reset after the drop shot. That was fantastic.
Vamos, go. Great stuff. Let's go.
Such a weapon. The serve of Coco Gauff, delivering under pressure.
Advantage Kostyuk. Let second serve. Game
That's a good effort from Marta Kostyuk just to get things
6 games
back level here at 6 games all.
Ladies and gentlemen, physio has been concluded.
Looks like it's the foot or the toe of Marta Kostyuk.
I think it's blisters. Without seeing a... Well, I can kind of see a close-up of her foot on the screen, but it feels like blisters maybe between the toes, and yeah, she's got some strapping on there already.
Delicate time to call the trainer.
delicate but important as well. So perhaps that's why Kostyuk is just trying to get that taken care of, give herself the best shot in this tiebreak.
Josh, I thought you were about to say delicate feet there, and I thought that is vile. Never say that.
No, no chance. Not a tennis player's foot. There's nothing delicate about that at all.
And, you know, I remember here in Australia being the worst for blisters. First, you know, weeks of the year, courts are hot, you're doing a lot of changing of directions. I mean, it can be brutal and excruciating, those blisters.
Well, that was a little unexpected for me. I thought Coco Gauff would go on and serve that out. She had so much momentum, and just possibly a little bit of disappointment there for Coco. Laura must be warm courtside, surely.
Indeed it is. I'm kind of sliding off my chair here. But I feel like even worse for the players on court, because you just get all that heat that's trapped on the surface. And, you know, hydration really important today. Ice towels I would expect to see as the day goes on. But as we said at the start of the match, it's just a bit easier knowing that you're playing 1 o'clock, you come out and you're 100% prepared rather than waiting around after a best of 5 match, or you know, you warm up 4 or 5 times before heading out there. So other than the heat, the players have had the best possible preparation.
We've had a number of cooler days here, and today starting to get a bit steamy again. Players having to adjust constantly to conditions from one day to the next, and certainly as conditions change during the match.
Yep, well, Marta Kostyuk gets these blisters and feet seen too. It looks like Coco Gauff is going to practice her serve and just stay warm, try and stay loose.
The medical timeout has just started just about 10 seconds ago. It's a 3-minute medical timeout once everything was assessed. And even Kostyuk, she's helping out with the tape just to speed it up here. Taking some of the backing off, have it ready.
Must really have been irritating her to not wait until the end of set to do it at 6-all. And
certainly, you know, there had to have been a lot of disappointment in Kostyuk, the way, you know, she lost those 5 games in a row from 5-1 up, and she's able to steady herself, trying to give herself the best chance here to be successful still in this first set. Looked like she was out of it with Gauff serving for the first set, and that run of games, Kostyuk able to steady things.
Coco's entitled to go over and speak with her team during a medical timeout?
She is, as far as I know, that during a medical timeout, I believe, and also a bathroom break.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any need to right now, though, because she's done so well turning this first set around. She went over to Brad earlier, maybe 2 or 3 times, where she went over to the towel box, came out the change of ends early to get an extra 20 seconds with him. And now there's no panic, there's no drama. She'll back herself in this tiebreak, considering how much her serve has improved in the last few games, and no reason to overcomplicate things.
Laura, how important do you think winning this first set is in the outcome of this match for both players?
Well, for Kostyuk, it feels a lot more important, doesn't it? Because having that 5-1 lead, she's probably already thinking about the second set as she's sitting down there. You know, mentally it's tougher to come back because you feel like you've kind of choked the set away. Even though courtside it didn't feel that way, it just was a combination of a lot of things. But yeah, certainly if she loses this set in 10 minutes or so, then it will be very tough to get back mentally as sharp as she was to start the match coming out for the second.
So it's been over 6 minutes since the last point was played. It will be Marta Kostyuk serving to start this tiebreak.
Six games to all tiebreak.
No guarantee that strapping stays on the toe. It's always a wait and see approach.
Foul. One zero. Go.
Sometimes it just seems as if Kostyuk gives a little too much away emotionally. And that gives the person on the other side of the net just a little bit of a boost. More positive energy. You can't argue with that move. She held her ground, Kostyuk, until the last moment, and then she sprung forward at an angle, cutting that volley off. She is a beautiful mover up at the net.
2-1. Go.
Rod Laver
2-0.
in the house. Also Ken Rosewell, so two of the all-time Australian greats. Marta Kostyuk hasn't lost a tiebreak since Dubai last year. Wow. She's up against it against a player who's in brilliant form, confident now, Coco Gauff. As they change ends, 4-2 lead. Just been able to get more aggressive as this first set's gone on, has Coco Gauff.
And that's always a bit of good luck when mom catches the ball.
Very happy with herself. Good on her.
She was a terrific athlete as well.
Ooh.
That looked tentative, and that serve barely made it halfway up the net.
Yeah, I just feel sometimes she gets that ball toss too far to the right and doesn't get up at full extension on it. Great depth.
The challenge for Coco Gauff in some of these shots is it's deep from Kostyuk, but it's driving through the court. A lot of encouragement from Kostyuk's coach, Sandra Zanuska.
Yeah, really urging her on to go for it, stay aggressive, positive, all that type of messaging.
I feel like Coco needed to hear that on the forehand. That was a soft return.
Sometimes it's so important with a younger player that is just a little bit antsy, a little bit excitable, just to stay with him, give him the support, as Zanuska has done.
Yep. Too good.
6-5 Kostyuk.
About 25 minutes ago, Kostyuk had a set point, and now she earns her second.
Take your time.
This time it's on her own serve.
Come on.
Was just so desperate for that to be over, and just forgot about the execution.
And that's where, you know, if there's any knock on Kostyuk's game, is the lack of discipline at times, and that shot very undisciplined. Maybe that gives Gauff just a little more of a boost. Keep asking the question of whether or not Kostyuk can close it out if she gets another chance. Gauff generate an opportunity here.
That's two forehands straight off the bat.
7-6 Gauff.
Two unforced errors. Now it's Coco Gauff with her first set point. But what a comeback from Coco Gauff. Snatches this first set in a tiebreak, 7-6. Pressure is a funny thing, you know, that she missed 2 of those shots.
Love 15.
Well, this is where we'll start to find out how much work Kostyuk's put into the mental side of things, because this feels like it could easily be a 6-1, 6-2 set, you know, a scoreline like that where she just can't reset. So great to see her coming out here with that sort of intensity already.
Let pursue. Let pursue.
And Josh, I know you mentioned Coco's ball toss a few games ago. From courtside, it just feels like it's way too far in front at times, and she's just chasing after it, and then she can't extend to her full capability.
Yeah, it's rarely has she been at full extension when you're reaching up and getting it at the maximum height. That's a better one right there. But it's forcing her to almost guide the serve instead of be aggressive, and so not playing to her strengths just yet. That's a perfect start here from Marta Kostyuk. Shakes off that first set, 1-love. Second set.
Second set.
When you consider how the first set went for Kostyuk, this is the best start that she could have to get the early break and perhaps allow herself to reset more completely. Had so many opportunities in that first set, and it can be difficult to put it out of your mind and just look forward, look ahead. And against top players, you sometimes don't get that many opportunities. But Kostyuk, she has shown the ability to create, and question here is, can she start to hold her serve now consistently again? That's where things dropped off in the first set.
Love 15.
One of the things we've seen in Kostyuk's first serve percentage in that first set, you know, right around 50%. She became less effective behind her first serve as well. So it was a double negative for her.
Love 13. Ball.
That's incredible ball striking from Gauff. And showing the patience to match.
Love court.
A couple of times it looked like Kostyuk was going to take control of that rally, but Gauff able to hold her ground and then change direction beautifully in the end. Marta Kostyuk has gone a lot to Gauff's forehand on the serve. That time swinging it out wide to the backhand and caught Gauff just a little unawares.
A nice fight back here from Coco Gauff. It's a quick re-break, 1-1.
So Marta Kostyuk has not held her serve since 5-1 in that first set.
It's a little wild these last couple of games here for Kostyuk.
It's another one of the serves from Gauff that's going into Kostyuk's body, so she's got to make a decision. She's tried the inside-out backhand a number of times, hasn't hit that as cleanly. That time trying to go inside in. Those are still good plays from Gauff, though, as much as she can get inside the court into the net. That's an area of her game that can continue to grow.
Yeah, had great success on the doubles court with her partner, Jessie Pegula. It's a good hold from Coco Gauff. Won the first set and leads 2-1 second.
Gauff leads 2-1.
Gee, it's been just a really strong mental performance from Coco Gauff to date. Still don't think she's at her best.
No, I don't think she would feel she's anywhere near her best, Coco Gauff, but she's just finding a way to be mentally a little bit tougher.
Yep.
She hasn't panicked, you know, in an overall sense. Early stages, that first set, you know, she looked a little unsettled, a little uncomfortable, but she's just found a way to work through it. And like top players have to do on certain days, they know players are going to come out with their best against them, and they've got to be ready for anything. And Gauff has really made just enough adjustments in this match and has been willing to take what she's been given from Kostyuk as well.
Time.
So Marta Kostyuk just really struggling on serve here. It's been a long time since she's held serve.
Players are ready. Thank you. Ball.
Kostyuk served for the first set at 5-1. Got broken
15.
there and has continued to get broken. So this game is important from that standpoint, just trying to steady herself on her serve.
Third dealer.
Best game she's played in a long while on serve here. Races to a 40-love lead.
Left for serve. Game. Kostyuk.
A couple of aces, that'll do the trick.
2 games on.
Some definite frustration in that game from Kostyuk, but she used it well, getting some more pop on the serve, and then the +1 shot would be hitting almost every single time to Coco's forehand, because even though she's hitting it much better than she was midway through that first set, it's still landing short more often than not around that service line.
That was a brave shot. And she just went for it. Threw caution to the wind.
Love 15.
Well, I thought the return was great. That's even better.
That had to be perfectly timed.
Nice response here from Coco Gauff.
Don't you feel that return should be going straight to the forehand?
You would think so.
I mean, that's what she was doing in the first set.
Ball.
I think, Chan, she's just been trying to push herself to remain aggressive here, Marta Kostyuk, and sometimes her location or targets are not where they need to be.
I mean, it's not a bad idea looking to just go down the middle, take the sidelines out of it, especially if you've started missing a few more balls. Definitely still have to be aware, though, of that placement on the return. That's a better point. And it started with the forehand return from Kostyuk, going a little more to the Gauff forehand. It was still down the middle, just slightly over. Got Kostyuk into a more neutral and then aggressive position in that point.
That's a great point from Marta Kostyuk. Just continued to pepper the forehand side of Coco Gauff.
Those are more the points we saw in the first set where Kostyuk was patient. She wasn't going for winners on the first ball. Just content to pick on the Gauff forehand until she got something she liked a little better, could change direction or not.
Go. Marta. Coach Alex, go.
Guys, give us some time.
Go through forehand. Same thing. Coach Alex, go through forehand.
This has got to be tiring for Coach Zanuska as well. She's up and out of her seat every single point almost.
Yeah, you can hear the message though from Sandra, the coach, just saying go to the forehand at all times. That's a good hold in the end from Coco Gauff. As the first set leads 3-2.
Gauff leads 3 games to 2.
And even on that last shot there, Chanda, you know that Marta had been going to the forehand. She got a short backhand and probably liked to rip that cross court, but she was in two minds. So just not thinking as clearly, I think, as she needs to be, Marta, at this stage of the game.
Well, it's the right play when you open up the court that much. You got to be able to go cross court into the backhand, but she's just not giving herself enough margin. That last miss was halfway up the net. She's missed some critical shots at crucial moments, just not giving herself enough margin. And for a big hitter, that's what you have to remind yourself when it gets a little more tense, a little tight, because it's gonna change. Your contact point, you may be a little bit off. You give yourself that extra margin, even a ball that's hit lower or wider than you intend will still be in.
Mid-afternoon here at Melbourne Park. First of the women's singles quarterfinals, where Coco Gauff was down 5-1 in the first set. Staged a huge comeback to win that in a tiebreak. And is on serve. Second set.
I mean, the fact is Gauff has mainly played this match from a defensive position. There have been times where Gauff has been able to be a little more aggressive, where she's tried to make a little more push. But overall, Kostyuk's been in control a lot of the time. but it's been more misses as well off of Kostyuk's racket.
15.
Gauff has just been the more solid player. And that is an absolute part of this game. You got to be able to make shots and then make them again and then again after that.
Marta Kostyuk has been on court over 10 hours for her matches at this year's Australian Open. A big difference for Coco Gauff, just at 6 hours. So just keep an eye on how that goes as this match progresses, whether there's any fatigue or stress.
And if you look at the numbers in this match, even, you know, winners to unforced errors, Kostyuk with more unforced errors, but she's got many more winners. The problem for Kostyuk has been the timing of those errors.
Let Kostyuk. Thirty 14. To Deuce.
Kostyuk hasn't been able to move forward as much against Gauff because of Gauff's speed, court coverage. But she has been pretty successful most of the times she's been up at the net.
Deuce.
Look at some of the reactions from Kostyuk, the frustration she's showing.
It's too much, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. And you'd think she was the younger player out there and not Coco Gauff.
Ball. Advantage Gauff.
Taking into account how much harder it is to then reset for the next point when your body language is negative, but then you're just giving Coco a chance because, you know, 5-1 she missed a few balls in the first set, and then Coco's looking down the other end and sees all these reactions.
That's an unforced error. Coco Gauff now, for the first time in this match, with a bit of breathing space. A set and 4-2.
Oh, and it's a guarantee as a top player. You are looking at all of that against a more inexperienced opponent. They're playing some incredible tennis, but, you know, are they going to just drop off? Do they show a little sign of cracking? And that's when you dig in if you're Coco Gauff. So Kostyuk, that's something she can work to improve in her game.
Love 50.
Well, that's excellent, isn't it, from Marta Kostyuk?
Love 30.
There's so much to like about Kostyuk's game. Her ability in these different areas of the court and terrific movement that she can produce. Kostyuk, she took her time there. Just measured that forehand a little bit better.
Love 14.
It's funny, isn't it, when you watch Marta and she's calm, look at the tennis she can produce. It's when she becomes unstable emotionally, the unforced errors start to flow. But this is a great response. 3 break points. The perfect game from Marta Kostyuk. Puts it back on serve in this second set.
Gauff leads 4 games to 3.
I don't think I've ever seen Coco Gauff not be able to move for a ball. That last backhand, maybe she was expecting it down the line and just couldn't gather herself to move the other direction. But Kostyuk has been hitting the ball at times that well. Been able to go toe-to-toe on the Gauff backhand side. That shot seemed not too close to the lines, but it's the quality of the shot from Kostyuk there.
Time.
So Coco Gauff here in the first of the women's quarterfinals has the first set 7-6, leads 4-3. And a real battle here with Marta Kostyuk, living dangerously with her aggressive game style today.
Love 50.
Those are the kinds of serves from Kostyuk that are difficult to understand. That was really just a point starter, hitting it to the Gauff forehand, maybe expecting the miss. She wasn't quite ready for the return.
Ball.
But it's those kinds of points, the first 2 points of her service game, that she's been getting in trouble in time and time again. And that's where you have the balls in your hand, you can decide where to hit your serve, what target area for a particular reply. And it just doesn't look like Kostyuk is thinking that far here.
That's a much better point. But what she hasn't done well today is just play the score line a bit more. That some of these 30 points, some of the juice points, you're just thinking you can afford to roll it in a little bit and just be patient, as you've been saying, Chanda. I mean, it's so hard to do in the moment when you feel that pressure, but it would have made a world of difference.
Yeah, that may have been the biggest thing you notice is some of the misses, the timing of them, versus just being a little more patient on those points.
Ooh.
And those points, they become pretty obvious over the course of the match. As you said, Laura, 30 all. That's a trigger point. You've got a set point or a game point, break point. Those are trigger points where you just want to lock in a little bit more and play more high percentage tennis. Oh, what a get from Gauff. And a better reply from Kostyuk.
4-3.
Yeah, we haven't seen this. Sneak into the net. Just great around the net today.
And just again, Kostyuk undisciplined, trying to hit that ball bigger.
Because that point is just as important as the 30-all point, which she played well. You know, the game points, you don't want to play 4 or 5 of them. If you've got an opportunity of 40-30, that is where you need to lock in.
Brilliant. That is brilliant ball striking from Marta Kostyuk.
Advantage, Kostyuk.
Just refusing to go away here. Just when you think Coco is just going to be too solid and there'll be some unforced errors from Kostyuk, it's flashes of brilliance.
And Coco continues to be solid at the end of so many of these types of rallies, just forcing Kostyuk to prove that she can take these games.
Take your time, come on.
Oh my goodness. What a point.
Advantage, Kostyuk.
Well, both players all over the court. Great defensive skills and scrambling. This one had it all.
Kostyuk thought that one might have been fading out. It didn't, and she still recovered.
Such a hard shot with the extreme grip on the forehand.
Deuce.
Oh, this one's just missed.
Advantage, Gauff.
Desperate times now for Kostyuk, down at break point.
Game, Gauff.
So that's the break. Coco Gauff, one game away now, a chance to serve her way into the semi-finals here at the Australian Open.
Gauff leads 5-3.
I think what I found most impressive in the middle of that game, after that super long rally, Coco was barely even breathing hard. She went to the next point straight away, wasn't worried about the shot clock or anything. She was in position, and I mean, I feel like anyone else would have just about died. Would have taken a minute and a half after that to just get their breath back.
Yeah, she's just physically so imposing, so impressive. Phenomenal.
And she's got stronger since the U.S. Open.
Love 15.
Just at 50% of first serves in here, Coco Gauff, and these are the moments you need to find that first serve when you're serving out a match or a set. She needs to get that ball toss up a little higher. Well, it shows you how well Coco Gauff has scrambled in this set. She is at 36% of points won on her first serve.
15-13.
Just at the 2-hour mark here, points have gotten a little more physical.
15-14.
A couple of quick misses from Gauff there.
After. Come after, I'll tell you. After the game, come, I'll tell you.
Brilliant from Kostyuk.
Kostyuk.
She breaks back just as Coco Gauff is on the verge. A set and 5-4.
Gauff leads 5 games to 4.
Tough day for both players here on serve, and
I mean, 2 hours and we haven't even completed 2 sets. It has been a brutal back and forth tug of war here. In that last swinging forehand volley, Gauff just not able to get enough pace and direction on it. And that's always the danger of the swinging volley versus the more classic punch volley. But Kostyuk, she just continues to fight back in spite of the ups and downs that she's experienced here in this match.
so Coco Gauff here with the first set, 5-4 lead to serve for the match, and wasn't able to get it done. And time on court here at this year's Australian Open, that is a massive difference. Nearly 4 hours less for Coco Gauff on court. And really struggling here. Marta Kostyuk needs a good service game here. Early points are a premium.
I mean, both players seem to have an easier time of it breaking serve.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
And again, it's not quite a drop shot from Kostyuk. It's more of a low, short slice. That one was a little shorter.
Yeah, but this is going to make Coco feel pretty uncomfortable here. Look at that. Grip is so extreme, and to miss that ball by that much.
Well, Gauff is feeling the pressure to hit a big shot or try to hit a winner because of the second ball afterwards. She's just so out of position that she can't cover that open court.
Yeah, nice second serve here.
I mean, most times when people go to the drop shot, they're trying to create a winner, when in reality the drop shot is to really try to bring your opponent forward. And Kostyuk has done a nice job just adjusting that shot.
Game, Kostyuk.
7 points in a row for Marta Kostyuk, and we are level at 5-all.
5 games all.
And there's much fewer reactions now, isn't there? It's a lot more positive from Kostyuk's side of the court. When she is looking over the coach's box, it's usually with a fist bump, and then it changes her whole game plan because she's more active with the footwork, and you might not think it's that simple, but it really is sometimes.
Thank you. $15. Let's pursue. $15.
Good aggression, good footwork to get to this ball and get it on the rise.
30-15.
Chandra, I feel she's just trying to be a bit more aggressive, realise that she's become passive here a little, Coco Gauff, and this is great intensity and footwork.
It hasn't been easy for Gauff to be as aggressive against Kostyuk with the depth coming at her, but that one a little bit shorter, and she pounced.
I'm not surprised Sandra's up on her feet after that one, because that is exactly what they would have talked about before the match. Staying in the rally, forehand cross-court, being comfortable enough to sit in it until you get this opening.
$40-13. Deuce. Ball.
The reaction says it all.
Back of the line.
Oh, Laura, can you believe it?
I can't. Kostyuk was waiting for the out call. She kind of kept looking up at the chair umpire, hoping.
Just so much tension here for both players. Means so much. So it's a good hold of serve from Coco Gauff. Moves ahead 7-6, 6-5.
Gauff leads 6 games to 5.
Well, that was edge of the seat stuff, that game.
Well, in many ways, Chandler, I mean,
My
when you look at
goodness.
all the numbers, it's been a massive struggle, really, for Coco Gauff, but just her mentality to hang in is remarkable.
Yeah, that's been probably the biggest story of this match. If you just think about anything you've seen from Gauff consistently from start to finish, it is that mentality. And it's just allowed her to find a way to be out in front in this moment.
Competed incredibly well. Hasn't been frustrated by the numbers. Just at 47% of first serves in this set, so struggling to even find her serve, but she has found a way to be one game away.
The tennis balls up there.
Packed house here on Rod Laver Arena. The young American superstar Coco Gauff, just 19 years of age, one game away from a spot in the semi-finals. Marta Kostyuk's husband got married in the off-season.
Where did he find that hat?
Well, Fernando Verdasco makes those hats. Oh. That's his business. The former player, well, still plays on the Challenger circuit.
Another interesting tidbit is that Wilson designed Kostyuk's wedding dress and the groom's suit.
Nice little bit of info there.
And were you happy with the look, Laura?
Stunning.
Fifteen all.
That's one of the best serves of the match from Kostyuk. He's not gotten a lot of service winners.
Doesn't need to be that good. Sometimes stages in matches, you just have to find a big target. Putting yourself under way too much pressure here. Oh, that must have painted both lines.
You know, that was not the highest percentage forehand. How flat and close to the line she hit it, but
wow,
just gets it.
Deuce.
You can feel the tension down here.
Advantage Kostyuk.
Great placement on the second serve. She had to go for that side again after the deuce point. Coco's now missed 2 forehand returns in a row, and they were kind of no paces.
You have a moment to come in, you come in, but you don't rush. Intensity of the feet, come on.
Up only.
That's the balance for Kostyuk as the second set goes into a tiebreak as well. But the balance between just working with the legs, looking for opportunities to be aggressive, but don't rush. Not easy to get that trifecta at the same time. That is exactly what Kostyuk's coach was looking for.
1-0.
36 shot rally, that is. It is a lung buster.
Time.
Kostyuk.
Can you send that ball too, considering we're missing one? Please send that one too.
Such a good start. 3-love here from Kostyuk.
Kostyuk.
Gauff getting into better positioning there at the net.
4-1, Kostyuk.
Getting better direction on this swinging volley. That's been a struggle shot for Gauff in this match, but she gets it there.
Giving yourself a chance,
4-2,
Coco.
Kostyuk.
Last couple of points. 4-2. Players change ends.
Oh, Kostyuk. I feel like the tension's creeping back into her game again. She gets a lead in the scoreboard, and even though she's a set down, she's feeling the pressure to try and close this out here.
And that's kind of the opposite of what you want. Kostyuk's the one who's got to win this set, and you really want to use that to focus you in. Have you go for your shots. Let it all hang out instead of getting more nervous. But that's the struggle. Every player reacts differently to these pressure moments. How will Kostyuk handle things going forward here?
Much braver going through her shots here. The extra pace from Kostyuk's backhand when she kind of lines up and delivers it. It's flying through the court. It's a pretty flat shot, so Gauff has to work hard to just get underneath it.
Yeah, those are the most uncomfortable shots when you have a more extreme grip, even a Western forehand. Those hard, flat ones.
That's a great
6-2,
fight here from
Kostyuk.
Marta Kostyuk. Earns herself 4 set points.
Six, 3, Kostyuk.
That's so impressive from Marta Kostyuk.
By 7 games to 6.
She takes the second set. We're going the distance. 1 set all.
Love 15.
So coaches can now talk to their players, can communicate during the match. We've wondered some matches whether that really helps or not. I think in this match for Kostyuk, it has definitely helped.
It's been pretty good messaging from Sandra. It's been clear, it's been consistent.
15-all.
And it's been targeted to what she knows about her player, what her player needs. And, you know, that's what you want in a coach and in coaching during the match, because there's only so much a player can process the heat of battle.
$15-13. Ball. $15-14.
Try again.
Now, this has been a long physical match. 2 sets played in 2 hours and 24 minutes. This is where you've got to keep the energy, keep the attention up.
Ball.
Stay right way.
$30-14. Deuce.
Loose but quick. Pam pam.
Давай.
Advantage, Gauff.
Take this right now. Come on. Vamos, Coco.
Another tension-filled moment, an important point, and a questionable decision. Shot selection from Kostyuk. Can Gauff take advantage here? It's just too good. That's been the challenge. Gauff has stayed more consistent. Kostyuk, she's had some highs, she's had some lows, but
Sure has.
it is the highest of highs sometimes. Like that last shot.
Ball.
Great response.
That is a brilliant passing shot. And she just read
Advantage
Kostyuk was
Gauff.
covering. Kostyuk maybe could have stepped half a step earlier just to get to the net even quicker. But that was incredible leg work.
The game, go.
So it's Coco Gauff with the first break in this
change.
third set.
First game, final set.
And now you can start to hear even Brad Gilbert becoming more vocal. A lot of support from both ends.
Now this is really crunch time for Gauff. This is the area where she struggled that she can control a little bit more, and that's with the balls in her hand. Can she get a few more first serves in? Can she hit those first serves to the targets that she needs to create some openings a little earlier in these rallies?
Yeah, just technically gets that ball toss out to the right. She opens up, gets a little front on.
Well, there's not many matches where you will see Gauff out hit 3 times. As many winners here for Kostyuk as for Gauff.
Thank you.
Kostyuk with just 7 more unforced errors, but again, it's the timing of the unforced errors from Kostyuk. And yet Kostyuk here pretty much even, down a break now, but has shown the ability to be able to generate break points. And she is well into this match, still with the great shot.
Oh, no.
Honestly, if Coco can get through this match, I feel like this is one of those days that you remember forever, because I can't remember the last time I saw her play this bad. For lack of a better term, the timing's been off all match.
Well, that's right, Laura. I think that's the one thing that it has been so impressive from Coco Gauff is just how well she's competed, given she knows she's not at her best.
Here we go, Coco!
It's a fine line, isn't it, for Coco Gauff, just playing an opponent who's ultra aggressive. Sometimes she's been guilty of maybe being too passive, waiting for a mistake, but I think at this stage of the match you have to go out there and earn it, and cannot afford to wait. You have to still be aggressive with your physicality and your mindset.
I don't think we'll count it because it didn't go in. The serve there was 2:01. Would have been fastest of the tournament.
Yep. Fastest serve for this match, 196 for Coco Gauff.
It's the third first serve that Gauff has made in this game, and what a difference it made there.
Advantage, go.
And you can hear Brad Gilbert there. Way to go after your serve. He wants her to go for it. He wants her to get up and be more aggressive. That's better.
Game, go.
Holds on. Brad Gilbert will like that.
Gauff leads 2 games to
2-love. Third set.
Right now. Right now. Gotta want this more. Now, come on. Right now.
I love the messaging from the different coaching teams.
I mean, they're going through it as well. They've been sitting there for 2 hours, 42 minutes in the blazing heat.
Players are ready, thank you.
It's almost worse sitting in it than actually playing.
Yep.
Get a chance to move around. Some fans still moving in on the sides of the court.
Laura, it's 30 degrees.
Love 50.
The temperature in Melbourne. How hot does it actually feel on the court?
Oh, well, I mean, I need my thermometer, but closer to 40 because the court's just taking so much heat. And don't forget, you've got all the LED screens behind. They're hot anyway. There's just no shade out here.
Love purple.
Whoever wins this match will be swan diving into the ice bath afterwards.
I suspect you won't be far behind.
Love 40.
That's cracked.
Yeah, it was a good throw.
I think she's going to pretend like it didn't smash there and play this next point into now so that she doesn't take the code violation.
Good stuff from Coco Gauff. Just cracked this match open a little bit now. A 3-love lead, final set.
Gauff leads 3 games to love.
This has been the head of steam that Gauff has been searching for the entire match. Now with the double break. In the first set, it was Gauff coming from being behind a double break of serve. Now she's off and running. More frustration from Kostyuk.
Yeah, I just feel it's a bit more of an aggressive Coco Gauff, and that's just freed herself up to play a little better.
And really on the serve, that's been a big difference. Just in her first service game, she won all 4 points when she got her first serve in.
We're not allowed to
Blistering hot day here on Rod Laver Arena. 2 hours 47 minutes on the court. in this women's quarterfinals, and it's Coco Gauff with a handy lead. First time all match we've seen either player really sort of break away from the other. Up a double break, 3-love.
I think we're a long way from being done yet, though.
Keep doing the same. Come on.
Every time Kostyuk's been down in the scoreline, that's when she plays her best tennis, because she plays freer. She goes for her shots.
Through here. Come on.
Oh.
Love 15.
Just taking a look at that time on court. Wow, 11.5 hours for Kostyuk, just 7.5 for Coco Gauff. So that is really a big difference at this stage of the tournament.
Let for serve.
Well, that's where if you're Kostyuk here, you're just trying to rip a few, get into a bit of a rhythm from the baseline, going for her shots. Because these long rallies are not helping anyone out here. It's brutal.
Let second serve.
Go
15 all.
again. Come on.
Oh. 30-15.
So Gauff now 5 for 5 in this set behind her first serve. That is what she did not have really the entire match up to this point.
Let second serve. Thanks. 40-15.
Oh.
40-30. Game clock.
4-love lead now for Coco.
Gauff leads 4 games to none.
And you could hear Brad Gilbert shouting to Gauff that she's tired, make her work. And Kostyuk did miss 3 second serve returns. Right off the bat, that suggests a lack of footwork there.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready. Fall.
Two hours, 52 minutes in, and Coco's chasing that down like she's as fresh as a daisy out here.
Gauff also just playing smart tennis, blocking the serve back, not letting it create the miss, forcing Kostyuk to hit those extra shots, and they all add up. Kostyuk went 3 sets in her first 3 rounds, spent several more hours on court.
Yeah, really starting to suffer now, Marta Kostyuk, in these longer rallies. And that's another unforced error. So Coco Gauff now just 1 game away. Leads 5-love, 3rd set.
Gauff leads 5 games to 0.
Kostyuk's just got nothing left in the legs, and Gauff doing such a great job getting more pace on the first serve and backhand, and then just locking in, cutting down the unforced errors, and really basically taking Kostyuk's legs out from underneath her.
How are your legs?
Sweaty.
Yeah, thought they would be.
Sweaty and a little bit burnt. You know what? I'm surprised that Kostyuk didn't leave the court. I know she won the second set, but I think that would have been 5 minutes to just take a breather, get some more oxygen, get some aircon in.
Get some shade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Time.
One hour ago, Coco Gauff came out to serve for the match in the second set. And she's doing it again here, but it's with a handy lead at 5-love in this 3rd set. A spot in the semi-finals awaits.
Thank you.
Well, it may not have been Coco Gauff's best match, but I'm sure she'd be very happy with how she's played this third set.
That's been the biggest bright spot, how she's played this third set, and if she can get the win. In spite of the struggles she's had during the first 2 sets.
Fifteen all. Thirty 15. Thirty all.
Definitely doesn't feel like it should be a 6-love set, given how hard both of these players have worked out here today.
May not be a 6-love set. Game point now for Marta Kostyuk. That's Coco at her best here. Athletic with finesse.
Advantage Kostyuk.
That's the aggressive plays that Gauff has been trying to do a little more of.
Let's second set. Advantage Kostyuk.
That's good stuff from Marta Kostyuk. Just getting on the board.
Gauff leads 5 games to 1.
Marta Kostyuk was up 5-1 in that first set and went on to lose it.
Considering how quick we thought that second set might go, she's actually done very well today at just hanging tough. I know it's not looking good now in terms of the scoreline, but I didn't expect that response in the second set. She's made major improvements on that side of her game.
And if you're just a little fatigued, that is one of the hardest shots to make. Changing direction over the high part of the net. Trying it with an open stance forehand, just not getting into position. Gauff continuing just to test the legs of Kostyuk. Making her play that extra ball. That time Kostyuk had the answer.
Thirty 15.
Better. Just so much better on that forehand when she gets the weight transference through the shot. Nice stuff from Marta Kostyuk. Holds again, but it's Coco Gauff with a 5-2 lead, final set.
Gauff leads 5 games to 2.
I mean, this match has been the epitome of ups and downs. You think about the first set, Kostyuk, 5-1 lead. Gauff comes back, reels off 5 games in a row, gets to a tiebreak. Gauff takes the first set. I think Kostyuk can't possibly recover from that huge of a letdown, missed opportunity. Somehow she fights her way back, takes the second set in a tiebreak. Or are we going to see another twist here, Josh?
Not sure.
I am relying on your expertise here. What is happening?
I'm not so sure she's got enough energy in the tank, Marta Kostyuk, to stage a comeback. She's going to have to dig incredibly deep. Well, time will tell, but I just think Coco Gauff has just got to get a little more aggressive.
Well, it's a serve, and that's been the one difference. Gauff has been more effective behind the first serve. She just needs a few more of them here.
Coco Gauff here, serving for the match for the 3rd time today. Once in the second set, she served for it at 5-love. And now, again, right now.
15 love.
That'll feel pretty good. That first point.
I was just going to say that feels like a big point to come out with a 15 love, get a bigger hit on the first serve here.
Good serving here to bring up triple match point. Coco Gauff. And that'll do it. It was a struggle at times, but Coco Gauff too good and into the semis of the Australian Open.
A little swivel to her hips there, and she should be feeling pretty good having gotten through that one.